In a quiet suburban town, there lived a hardworking man named Thomas and his teenage son, Ethan. Thomas was a mechanic, known for his skillful hands and quiet demeanor. He spent long hours in his garage, fixing cars and saving every penny to give Ethan a better life. Ethan, on the other hand, was a dreamer. He loved music, spent hours playing his guitar, and often felt disconnected from his father, who seemed more interested in engines than emotions. One evening, as Ethan was practicing a new song, Thomas walked into his room holding a small, worn-out box. "This is for you," he said, placing it on Ethan's desk. Inside was an old silver pocket watch. The watch was scratched, its glass slightly cracked, but it still ticked with a steady rhythm. "This was my father's," Thomas explained. "He gave it to me when I was your age. It's not fancy, but it's always kept time, no matter what." Ethan frowned, unsure of what to say. "Thanks, Dad," he mumbled, setting the watch aside. He didn't understand why his father would give him something so old and broken when all he wanted was a new guitar, or even just a little more of his time. Years passed, and Ethan grew into a young man. He moved to the city to pursue his dream of becoming a musician, leaving the pocket watch behind in his childhood room. Life in the city was fast-paced and demanding, and Ethan rarely found time to visit home. He and his father grew even more distant, their conversations limited to brief phone calls. One winter, Thomas fell ill. Ethan rushed back home, his heart heavy with guilt and worry. As he sat by his father's bedside, he noticed the old pocket watch on the nightstand. It was still ticking, just as steady as ever. Thomas, weak but smiling, gestured to the watch. "It's still keeping time," he said softly. "Just like you, son. No matter how far you go, you'll always find your way back." Tears filled Ethan's eyes as he realized the true meaning of the gift. The watch wasn't just a piece of metal. It was a symbol of his father's unwavering love and belief in him. It had been there all along, quietly ticking, just like his father's support, even when Ethan couldn't see it. Thomas passed away a few days later, but Ethan kept the pocket watch with him always. It became his most treasured possession, a reminder of the man who had given him everything, even when he didn't have much to give. And every time he looked at it, he felt his father's presence, urging him to keep going, no matter how tough life got.